Hi everyone. How are you enjoying the Lavinia Stamps lockdown extravaganza? 4 days of demonstrations, step-by-steps, a few giveaways, what else? Oh, loads going on. I'm doing a couple of videos, one for today, Saturday, and another one for tomorrow, Sunday, using some of the new release stamps that Tracy's brought out just for this extravaganza. They are absolutely gorgeous. Right, so let's get on. This is the card that I'm hoping to show you today. And it uses the brand new, let me find the name of it, Floral Wreath. But you get 3 stamps in this. You get the large wreath. Then you also get this tiny little flower that's here. And then there's one more that I haven't used. Let's get the card out. There's one more stamp, and it's this one. And it's so sort of a long twig with leaves on it. Very, very pretty, very delicate. So I haven't used that, but I have used that, as you can see. And then the wreath itself, which is absolutely beautiful. I think this is going to be a firm favourite, especially for Christmas. Right, let's get going. A piece of multifarious cardstock by Lavinia Stamps, A4 size, and I've folded it, creased it, and cut it to 14 centimetres by 14 centimetres. And then I've just rounded off the corners with the X-cut corner punch. Now, my cards are usually tent fold, and I want the berries to come out from this side. So, just going to pop a piece of copy paper in, and then I'm just going to lay it down like this, and pop the stencil on. The stencil that I'm using, I thought matched the Floral Wreath stamp very well. It's called Buds, and it's got a similar sort of shape. So I'm just popping that down onto my card, remembering that I'm going up the card, but my card is, I've swung it round. So this is the side. Sweet Poppy Stencil Makeup Brush. Distress Inks Bundled Sage, one of my favourite green tones from the Distress Ink range. I'm going up the card, circular motion. Just make sure you hold on to the stencil tightly. You can tape it down if you like, but this is a very quick operation, this part, so I'm taking the risk. I'm not going right to the edge of the card, either the bottom or the top here. Concentrating on the middle and then going up, sort of triangular shape in the middle of the pattern of the berries, of the buds. And then I'm going up, but I don't want to go right to the other side of the card. Just want to focus the stencil just mainly in the middle. And not too heavy with the ink. This pad is quite dry, so I'm not putting too much ink on. I don't want it to be too much in your face. So let's have a look. Oh yes, that's good. Now, turning my card round, because this is the way that I like it to be displayed. Tenfold on the mantelpiece, if I had one. It's not so good on radiators, is it? Okay. And then the first stamp now, which is the beautiful, beautiful Floral Wreath itself, along with Archival ink in grey shadow. And I'm using this first generation. Archival inks do 2 greys. One is quite is a darker one, and then you've got this very pale one, and this is absolutely great for a sort of ethereal look, trees in the background, or other flowers, and in this case, the other part of the floral wreath. Trying to get the card to see where I've got to stamp this. Okay. I'm using a stamp mat. You can use a stamp press if you want to, but I'm using my stamp mat. And again, I'm turning it round so that I can see that it's going to go in the area that I want it to. And I'm going to start with the quite large image in the middle, like so. But it's not going out all the way because the black image that I stamp over the top, that's going further out over to the other side of the card. So this one, not quite as over on the card. Oh, and that didn't come out very well. It doesn't matter. It was because I was gossiping instead of getting on with it. So, see what this one's like. I'm going to chance it and do it over the top. Not pressing so heavily now, though. Yeah, that's okay. See, because it's underneath the main image, it doesn't really matter if it's it's got movement in it, i.e. you stamped it in the wrong place or it didn't come out. So then this one is even at a different angle, going lower down and still not too far out. Pressing down a little bit heavier, yeah, that's a better image. And then I've got another one up here, but I want it very, very small amount, just coming out from the side. And again, pressing down. Yes, that's lovely. That is lovely. Not ideal stamping there, but honest, truly, it doesn't matter. So, oh, I need that in. Leave that back in. Now I'm going over the top with the black. Now this is a little bit more, you need to be more careful with this, or more careful than I was, because I need to make sure that the image comes out properly, crisp, and absolutely sharp. Going on to Versafine Clear Nocturne. It's quite a new pad, so I know that it's very inky. Same stamp, not going to bother to clean it, of course, because this is a darker ink now going over the top of the grey. Gentle tapping. Bit of kitchen towel, because I've got some ink around the edge that I want to get off. I need to remove all that so it doesn't get stamped out onto my main card. And a bit there. Okay, now I'm starting off in the middle, so I want to turn this round again. And I'm starting off in the middle, and I'm really going to scoop this. So I'm coming out from the edge of the card, and I'm going to scoop this right the way down, like so that it's a nice wide arc. I mean, obviously this stamp makes a fabulous circle, and there's some of the design team members have made some stunners. Look out for a couple by Amanda Branson. They are wicked. Really lovely, lovely samples. Okay. Stamping up again. Making sure that there's enough ink on, and then just wiping again. Just wiping this off here and here, and taking the residue off here. Okay. So I'm going to do this top one now, not going out so far. There. Press down firmly, just hold it, let the ink soak in. and up. That's good. Same again with another one at the bottom. Now I want to bring it up to close this gap here too, because I've got a gap where that main spray went out too far and it's come away from the side of the card. So I want to incorporate this so it looks part of the main image and covers that. Let it soak in, press down firmly. It's quite a large stamp this, so needs some pressure, and up. And that's fine, that will do me there. Okay, so we're on a roll now. Take that away for the moment. I've got a couple of other little bits to do, but I don't think I'll need the stamp press. I'm moving on to the other tiny little sprig of flowers that comes with this stamp set. And again, I'm using black Nocturne from Claire, Versafine Claire ink. So and this will close any gaps that you've got, like here. I'm going to pop another one in here. I'm trying to attach the stem of the sprig of flowers to the stem of the main branch of the wreath. I've got a gap in the middle, but I want to leave that because I'm going to put another stamp in there. So I have another one here. And just for the sake of balance, but I've got a bit of ink on that. Just wipe that off. So the balance, I'm just going to pop another one in here, like so. Yes, I'm not quite liking that. Not bad at all. Now, the last stamp that I'm going to do, or two in fact, the word love, and also one of these. Now, this is a set called Hive Set, and you get two. You get this small one, and then you get a larger one. I'm using the small one today. Very handy for two things. One, it will fill in gaps, and two, it is such a pretty stamp in its own right. It will just add to the balance of your card. Inking up again with Nocturne Black, or Nocturne it's called. Yeah, Nocturne from Versafine Claire. Take that away. And then I think that I've got just enough room to pop it down here. Let's see. Try not to rock the block because it's a tiny stamp. So gently down and up. Oh yeah, that's not bad. Right, and then finally the word love. I will need the press for this, I think. I could feel that that one was too hard on the glass mat. These stamps do like a bit of comfort. They like to be cushioned. So gentle tapping again. And this is the word love. It's from another Lavinia stamp set. It's from the set called Live the Life. And you've got individual stamps in here saying, live the life you love. And this is the word love, of course. I use them all in different configurations so that you can mix them up. Brilliant. I'm just going to pop this one down here. I want to make sure it's straight. I think it will do there. Gentle pressure on this. It doesn't like it if you get too rough with it, these tiny words down and up, done. Not come out as deeply as I would like it, but that's no problem. So I'm going to get a normal pencil and just pop the tail of that E in, and also the word love. I'm not using a black pen. You can go out of the line so quickly. I also noticed that I've got that one of the images is sort of splayed out a little bit where I've pressed it too heavily. So I'm going to get a white pen and get rid of that as well. You won't notice it. Let me see if you're seeing this okay. Yeah, you are. But I will move it up a bit. Just here, there's a tiny stray of ink. Too close for me to use the rubber. So I just use a bit of white pen. And that puts the line back in of the image and it makes it pop again. I know that white pen's there and so do you, but others won't. And there's a line there that can go as well. That's good. Now we're coming on to the colouring in bit. And you know me by now, I'm not the world's greatest colourist or whatever it is. But in this instance, it's quite simple. Polychromos pencils. And starting off with, fortunately, Tracy is such a great artist that she has put the shading in for you. So wherever I'm looking at these berries on the main image, I can see that the shading is all around the outer edge. So I'm going to go with the dark red around the outer edge. Not being too careful. I will hurry because you'll fall asleep. Even the very dark ones are getting a little bit of red over the top of them. I want to protect my mat here. You can see. Look, not being too careful at all. Avoiding the middle. Not doing the grey ones. Not doing the grey berries. I'm only doing the black ones, the ones that are in the foreground. Let the background look after itself. There. You're going, I know some of you that colour in are going, what is she doing? Don't worry, it all comes out in the wash. So that's my darker colour. If I missed any, oh yeah, the main one there, look. That one there. And this one here. A bit of colour on those other ones as well. And that one. And that one. Right, so that's that one. Then there's a lighter red, a brighter red. Now maybe I want a bit more of the dark one here, and then this one's going to go in the middle. And this one down in the middle. And these are polychromos pencils. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. You can use any colouring pencils you like. You can use a paintbrush and some ink if you want. You know, it just whatever you want to do. These might be a bit too light in the middle, so I shall go back in a moment with the darker pencil. I'm rushing this a bit. I hope you appreciate that. So I'm rushing it so that the video isn't too long and it cuts off. Some of the work that the DT, the design team, are turning out for this extravaganza. Cracking stuff. You need to have a look at all of them. Right, I'm putting the darker colour back in again a little bit more, just to darken it up because I prefer it like that. But you can use whatever you want, more or less. Like so. Then I'm going to get, this is yellow, and I'm just going to pop some yellow in the middle of each berry, and it just gives it another dimension, and it starts to pop it out. Right there. There. I'm going to have some fun with this stamp. I haven't really had a lot of time to sit and think about what I would like to do with this stamp, but it is so beautiful. I'm sure there's other things that I'll be able to think of or get inspired by my fellow DT members and you as well when you start using it. So that's that colour, and then finally I'm just going to put a little white dot. Now this pen, if any of you are interested, is a Mitsubishi pencil, and it's from the Signio range, and it's pigment ink UM153 white. That's Uniform Mic 153 white pigment ink. And I believe, I don't know if Tracy sells these, but anyway, I think I got this pen from Cult Pens in the UK. I buy them by the box of 12, so that tells you how much I love them. And I use it all the time. Doesn't work on every surface. Works beautifully on a lot of different paints, not all of them. Usually when people say their white pen doesn't work, it isn't the pen, it's the surface that the white pen doesn't like. But if you use them on, say, for instance, paper artsy paints, works beautifully on those. A bit more colour there, a little bit more yellow there. So, can you see how that's coming along? It just gives it that pop. Well, that's what I think anyway. So, let's recap. And I'll show you what I'm going to do for tomorrow too. Right, just a bit of card to display. There's the card that I've just made for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed showing you. A very quick Christmas card, that, in fact. There's the card that I made earlier on. I've used slightly different tones, and I quite like that orange tone there. And I'm just checking to see if I've forgotten anything. No, that makes a change. And listen, no inky fingerprints on this one. That's a first. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to do something totally different. More new stamps from Tracy, not the birds, but these beautiful trees here. And also this fox. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? And new text, new words. So I'll show you how to do that. That will be tomorrow's video. And this is today's. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the lovely comments you leave me. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.